O'clock. Time to reach for mobile water. Mobile water, unique in every way.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Citi News.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome to the Citi Prime News. The news is live from our studio at Adabraka in Accra. I am Zoe Abubeduado. Coming up, 1 dead, 1 injured in another building collapse in Cape Coast.
I don't know how to do Mr. Alutejos. New Year Bushi, New Year Bessia, Nana wa Passy, what the then now one, I then with them or come on.
Also coming up, Springfield Exploration and Production Limited denies $94 million fraud allegations by Swiss firm Petraco, insisting the case is under arbitration. Still ahead, workers at the Accra Arts Centre count their losses as fire guards over 50 shops. And later, applicants stranded in various districts in the Ashanti region as NIA workers strike enters day 2.
Passengers around here, I think everything is going on, but it's only we don't have much cars to apply, to help them to get their destination. That's what the difficulty we are facing here now.
We do apologize for that wrong insert there, but the news is live across a number of our partner stations. We are on Eagle FM 94.1 in Walla Walla in the Northeast region, Westlink 88.1 FM in Laura in the Upper West region, Northern region, Dasuma 99.1 FM in Yendi, Upper East, Word FM 88.3 in Zwarungu. In the Volta region, we are on Nakpini Radio 96.7 in Kpandu and Heritage FM 107.3 in Hohoi. Ashanti region, Orange FM 107.9 in Kumasi. Western region, Premier 100.5 FM, Sky Power 93.5 FM and Beach 105.5 FM in Takrade. And in the Bono region, we're on J Live 95.5 FM in Sunyani. We are also live on YouTube on Citi FM's YouTube page, as well as our Facebook and Twitter handles.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Many thanks for your time this afternoon. We begin from the Arts Centre here in Accra, where workers are counting their losses after a fire broke out last night, destroying parts of the facility. Eyewitnesses say the incident occurred around 6:15 p.m. and quickly spread through several shops. Preliminary reports suggest the blaze was sparked by a faulty gas cylinder which ignited while a worker attempted to boil water. Several shops were completely destroyed, with affected workers estimating losses in the hundreds of cedis. They are appealing to the government for support. Some of the victims spoke to Citi News.
We thank God no one was injured during the incident, but we have lost our properties. We tried our best to put out the fire, but we couldn't do much. I couldn't salvage anything.
Someone called and informed me of a fire incident. My shop is burnt beyond recognition. All the items in the shop are gone. The products destroyed by the fire would cost not less than 80,000 cedis.
So you had some victims of the fire incident at the Arts Centre in Accra. Ejiwiri Afia Kenting, my colleague, visited the site earlier this morning. She joins me in studio now for more information. Good afternoon, Ejibi. Thank you for joining us. Now, describe the situation, what you saw when you visited the Arts Centre this morning.
Right. So, Zoe, multiple wooden structures which caught fire yesterday at the Accra Arts Centre have been completely destroyed, and we understand from speaking with some of the eyewitnesses that were on the grounds this morning, the incident started around 6:20 p.m. That's the estimated time that they gave us when we spoke to them. But according to the Ghana National Fire Service, they have released a statement to that effect. They are saying that the estimated number of structures that were destroyed in this particular fire is estimated over 50 wooden structures, and these are belonging to people who work there, and other people also use some of these structures for their residential purposes. So the fire incident was started by someone who actually lives there at the art center. So in an attempt to use her gas cylinder, which is apparently faulty, the fire ignited, and this is what led to the blaze that has currently destroyed the shops there and the equipment that people use. Some of them are artisanal workers. They have equipment, sewing machines, and they have materials. Some of them use leather. Some of them use cloth actually to make some of these crafts that they sell to tourists, among others. And they have been completely destroyed. So if you go there now, the place is just black and it's full of ashes because of the damage that has been caused at the Accra Art Center.
Did you engage any authorities? And if you did, what did they tell you?
Well, I spoke to the chairman of the Greater Accra Arts and Crafts Dealers Association, and they are really lamenting about this situation because this is not the first time we have heard or reported of a fire incident occurring at the Arts Center. And they are really blaming the situation on the poor structure of the place. For over 8 years now, they have been complaining to government, trying to get their attention to restructure the place for them so that they no longer have wooden structures. They can have more concrete structures, more durable and more spacious to prevent some of these incidents. But it has been to no avail, sadly.
Thank you so much for your time. That was Ejubi Riafia Kenting, who visited the Arts Center here in Accra after fire gutted the place, destroying over 50 shops. Now let's hear from the chairman of the Greater Accra Arts and Craft Dealers Association, Fred Kefum, who spoke to Ejubi. Now he expressed concern about the current state of the Arts Center, and he noted that the government has failed to deliver on its promise to renovate the facility. Let's listen to him.
Yeah, the former government told us that they want to give us some place because of the Marine Drive project. They give us some place to build for us. But up to now, 8 years now, always they will give us front to back, front to back. But now we are praying for the government to help us to give us the proper place, to give us a good structure for our works.
You heard Chairman of the Greater Accra Arts and Craft Dealers Association, Fred Kefum. Now, the Shama Municipal Assembly has denied reports of a death linked to recent clashes among youth from Shama, Abuesi and Inchaban during a Father's Day brass band float on June 15. Municipal Chief Executive Paul Otis Dingtu says calm has been restored following engagements with youth, opinion leaders and security agencies. He, however, warned that any further disturbances will be met with swift action to maintain peace in the area.
It's true that something happened in terms of disturbances in parts of Shama, parts of Abuesi, and then parts of Uchaban. When people are reporting, they talk about the fact that it is the whole area that is facing the problem. We have very few people who are engaging in that, and the police are on the ground. We are on the ground. Some of the interventions that we are putting in place, that we've started meeting some of the communities. We met with the people of Shama and Apo. That was on Monday. We met Bentiri people. We also met with those around the castle. Yesterday, we proceeded to Abuesi and met all the whole of the community, including the elders and then the chief. We spoke at length, and then now tempers are down. We also came to Inchaban. For Inchaban, I came with the Honorable MP and then the regional police commander. So I think for now, everything is fine. People are casting insinuations that some people are dead. Some are saying 2 people are dead, 3 are dead. Honestly, nobody has lost his or her life in this case. And I think our security is on the ground. They are picking intelligence. Those that are involved, those who are orchestrating it, shall be brought to book. So I think for now, everything is okay.
Municipal Chief Executive for Shama, Paul Otis Dingtu. Now, Springfield has dismissed allegations of a $94 million fraud by Swiss trading firm Petroco SA, calling them false and misleading. The company says the matter is a commercial dispute currently under arbitration in Dubai not a criminal case. It also denies being served with any petition filed by the Economic and Organized Crime Office. Springfield insists the disagreement involves loan repayment terms, not fraud, and pledges full cooperation with legal processes to resolve the issue. A member of Parliament's Health Committee, Professor Titus Bayo, is urging parents to allow their daughters to take the cervical cancer vaccine when the rollout begins. Cervical cancer is Ghana's second most common cancer in women and the top cause of gynecological cancer deaths, claiming nearly 1,700 lives annually. Professor Bayo says the HPV vaccine is safe, effective, and a critical step in reducing cancer-related deaths among women.
I think it's a very exciting news. I was very delighted to hear about it. In my few years of practice as a gynecologist, we have noticed that the vaccine makes a difference. The vaccine and the screening services, when we combine these two, we can almost eliminate cervical cancer. And for all these young ladies who are going to get it, if we are going to do it universally, give it to all our women, we are going to significantly reduce the burden of cervical cancer in Ghana. So it's welcome news, and I encourage all parents to encourage their children to take this vaccine. Wherever if you have the opportunity, get the children to take the vaccine, because 98% of cervical cancer is caused by the organism that this vaccine will be working against. All parents should take away any fear. This is vaccine that has been proven, that has been used in other parts of the world, and has been shown to significantly reduce the incidence of cervical cancer.
Professor Titus Bayo is a member of Parliament's Health Committee. Now, the University of Ghana's Health Services Directorate has issued a COVID-19 alert following a resurgence of cases on campus. Though numbers were not disclosed, confirmed and suspected infections have been reported. The university is urging students, staff and visitors to remain cautious. Response mechanisms have been activated to protect the community of over 50,000. Authorities say COVID-19 still poses a threat despite the easing of restrictions globally. Away from that, the Ministry of Education is optimistic about cabinet approval for a dedicated fund for technical and vocational education and training, TVET. Education Minister Haruna Idrisu made this known during the swearing-in of the Governing Council of the Commission for TVET. He said the fund will boost investment in technical and vocational education, equipping learners with practical skills, entrepreneurial abilities, and a mindset geared towards employment and lifelong learning.
I'm working towards a dedicated TVET fund, which is the most promising approach to support sustainable financing of TVET in diverse contexts. The proposed national TVET fund in Ghana reflects international best practice and is adapted to the Ghanaian context, which will align with our perspective and all the stakeholders in that sector. I don't want to sound repetitive. I just need to walk to cabinet and see how I convince the president and other cabinet colleagues for a dedicated fund in TVET. But given my background, I won't be surprised that I'll get support. I still recall in 1997, 1998 with Professor Bequine, I got it right, when we started telling government then to establish GET Fund. Those who bought into the idea today know what that has done. Within the same conviction, I trust that when we do the TVET fund, we will assure technical and vocational education of a dedicated financing source. And as I've indicated, that probably may even support the National Apprenticeship Initiative of the President.
That was the Minister of Education, Haruna Idrisu. Now, Minister for Transport, Joseph Nikpe Bukari, has tasked the newly inaugurated board of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority to explore private sector partnerships for the construction of the Keta Port. The project has seen little progress despite former President Akufo-Addo appointing a director for the port in 2019. Speaking at the swearing-in of the board members, the Transport Minister urged them to work diligently to address challenges facing the authority and help bring the long-awaited Keta Port project to fruition.
Some of them are the restructuring of the management of the seaport of Tema and Takoradi to embrace the landlocked country concepts. Enhancement of trade with Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority's involvement in the provision of security in the corridor and the elimination of all forms of barriers and harassment. Exploring private sector partnership to develop the Keita Port as a complementary petroleum product delivery hub. It is our belief that you are aware of some key challenges, and for that matter, we'll bring a few of them to your attention as we hope and believe you will give them the high needed considerations. Taxes on transit goods or cargo, high shipping line costs and demurrage charges, multiple state agencies involved in the port procedures and processes leading to high cost of doing business in our ports. Competition from neighboring countries is also one of the challenges that you have to avert your minds to and work to continue to keep us above our neighbors.
That was the Minister for Transport, Joseph Nikpe Bukari. Let's now hear from the board chairman of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Johnson Esiedun Ketia, who pledged the board's commitment towards effective management of Ghana's ports.
We will do everything in our power to ensure that the GPHA is given the best management so that we can get the best outcomes from our ports. Having chaired several boards in the past, I particularly promise to bring my experience to bear on the management of GPHA. I'm fully aware how a difficult board can pose as a problem to management of various organizations. And I urge my colleagues to stay in line within the legal boundaries so that we become a support rather than hindrance to the management of the ports of this country. On this note, once again, I'd like to thank you and promise that we will work within the laws and make sure that Mother Ghana will benefit from our stewardship.
That was the board chairman of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Johnson Esiedun Ketia. This is still the City Prime News. I am Zoe Abube-Eduardo. Still to come, applicants stranded in various districts in the Ashanti region as NIA worker strike enters day 2.
City Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
You all come back. Now, the implementation committee for Ghana's second gas processing plant has submitted its final report to the Energy Ministry. The ministry says the move marks a key step in enhancing domestic gas processing and energy security. The second gas processing plant is expected to save Ghana up to $1 billion annually by reducing liquid fuel imports. Speaking for the Ministry of Energy, Richmond Roxon tells Citi News it will soon announce plans to implement the committee's recommendations.
On 12th of May 2025, the steering committee, which was co-chaired by the Minister of Finance as well as the Minister of Energy and Green Transition, inaugurated the Gas Processing Plant Implementation Committee. The mandate for the committee was simple, to coordinate the financial and technical ability of the gas processing plant and its viability. This technical committee was chaired by the Deputy Minister of Energy and Green Transition, Honorable Jan Mensah. Yesterday, the committee presented it because, this report has to do with the technical viability of the project, the finance as well. So it will be a decision that they will have to make. This is supposed to guide government on how it goes up to implement the all-important gas processing plants too.
Richmond Roxon is spokesperson for the Energy and Energy Ministry. Now let's take you to the Ashanti region where applicants there have been stranded, those who want to access the services of the National Identification Authority. Now the workers have been on strike since yesterday. We brought you a report from the Greater Accra region yesterday where many people were turned away because the workers of NIA were not available. We are taking into the Ashanti region now and speak to Tofik Mohammed, my colleague there, who has been assessing the situation in the Ashanti region. Good afternoon, Tofik. Hello, Tofik, can you hear me?
Yes, please. I can hear you.
All right. So where have you been to? Which offices of the NIA have you been to? And what's the current situation there?
Okay. This morning, I visited the Asqua Municipal Assembly and Oforikrom Municipal Assembly before heading to Edum, their regional head office. But the situation at Asqua, when I got there this morning, there wasn't any official, the NIA official, same as Oforikrom Municipal Assembly. There wasn't any, official there. But over there, some of the applicants that we met were very frustrated. And we tried engaging them, but some of them refused to speak. So I then headed to the regional office at Edum. Over there, the situation was the same, because when we got there, some of the applicants who have traveled from far and near were there sharing their frustration, saying that they needed the Ghana card for some important documents. Some also say they needed it for their mobile money, transaction and banking transaction. So right now that they are on strike, they don't know what to do. So they are calling on the government to intervene to ensure that that they address the issues of their allowances.
Did you meet any authority in these district offices that you went to? And if you did any of them tell you what plans or what they had done to resolve this issue?
Yeah, this morning, like I said earlier, when I visited Oforikrom and Asqua, the offices were locked, no official, and even the regional office at Edum, same, no official was present at the time that we went there. The offices were locked, and we saw some of the security officials at the regional, office, but we asked them and they said they are on strike. So this morning, none of the officials came around.
Thank you so much for your time. That's Tofik Mohammed reporting from the Ashanti region on the strike by NIA workers. Let's now bring you one of our headline stories where one person has died and another is in critical condition after a dilapidated building collapsed at Aidan Emisaichi in Cape Coast. This brings the death toll from similar incidents in the central region to 3. In response, city authorities began demolishing unsafe structures to prevent further tragedies. A family spokesperson, Mary Ikuya London, revealed the building had visible cracks, but the occupants were awaiting an official assessment before moving.
Today,
we heard that authorities had started contacting families about plans to demolish old buildings, but no one had reached out to us yet. We tried to get in touch with our assembly member but couldn't, and then the building collapsed yesterday. Sadly, Mr. Alete Jacob's sister-in-law and his nephew were inside their room when it happened. The collapse also affected nearby buildings. We are calling on the government to support the affected families and help us find shelter.
Was a bottle. Yamina had an accident in Shanto. No fee. See a servant. One was a one more in fee. May to me and Yeza. You were two.
Mary Kia London is spokesperson for the family that has lost one person after a dilapidated building collapsed at Aidan, Emisaichi in Cape Coast. Now, what should be a lifeline for commuters has become a daily struggle. The 3-junction Ashalaja Road linking Ga West and Ga South is in terrible shape. Residents say the pothole-ridden, poorly drained road is wrecking vehicles and livelihoods. It has not seen major repairs since 2012. Many now face rising transport costs and personal losses. City News' Melody Fafa Potufe has more on the impact of the long-neglected road in the following report.
At a glance, the 3 Junction Ashalaja Road might seem like just another suburban route. But for the many who rely on it daily, from Dentra, Obeyeye, Achaman, Ashalaja to Domiabra, it's become a relentless struggle.
You can see that this road is pothole-ridden. The drip machines were introduced for initiatives like these, so why don't they utilize it?
Now, a single trip on this stretch, residents say, is a nightmare they have to battle with every single day.
From Obeyeye to Ashalaja, the road is in a really bad shape. We heard the assemblies have been given equipment to fix the roads.
Drivers also share their ordeal, citing frequent visits to mechanics due to the road's poor condition.
Passengers are always stranded because of how long they even have to wait for vehicles. It could take about 3 to 4 hours, so we are beseeching the Assembly and the government. We are calling on Honorable Sedem and Honorable Yibo, since both constituencies are linked by this road, to resolve this issue. The road has always been like this, but it worsens when the rains set in, and it really affects both passengers and drivers alike. We keep on complaining, but nothing is being done about it. So we plead for government to heed our cry. From Obeyeye to Ashalaja, the road is in a really bad shape. We heard the assemblies have been given equipment to fix the roads, but it is not evident in the current state of the road.
Madam,
I am very frustrated. My car broke down since morning just because of this road. The passengers sitting in the car are complaining bitterly. I don't know what to do because my mechanic is attending to other cars and the car owner is also not available.
Beyond vehicle damage and delays, the road's condition poses a more serious risk. Residents recount cases where emergency services refuse to use the route. One young woman who asked to remain anonymous shared that she suffered a miscarriage while traveling on the road, a stark reminder of the human cost of inaction. Efforts to repair the road have been inconsistent. Previous patchworks were quickly eroded, victims of poor drainage and low-quality materials.
There has been some reshaping recently on this road, but because of the weather, that is the rainy season, the reshaping was done. I think then the following day it rained, so it went back to its old shape. We've been told that this road was awarded to a contractor, that is from Amasaman to Aikandoblo, somewhere in 2021, and up to now nothing has been done. The current MP and the MC told us that they are working very hard for it to be repackaged, and then very soon we'll see changes.
We are currently standing here at one of the worst hit portions of the 3 Junction Ashalaja Road. Just meters ahead, deep potholes have turned the road into a trap. Vehicles swerve dangerously, some even mount the shoulder to avoid getting stuck. Ordinarily, a trip from the 3 Junction to Ashalaja should take roughly 20 to 25 minutes. Now, road commuters say it now takes well over an hour or even more to make the journey.
During the elections that we saw the candidate of the NDC, when they brought the drip, something like the drip past there, they came and then leveled the road for us. Since they've not had anything. And looking at the stretch, now this place is becoming a major road. Everybody is passing here, everybody is using this major road. There's my car. My car is inside. I'm just going to take my car outside. If I would drove from Amasaman police stations to Kaswa, it would take me like 4 hours to get there.
Off the record, the Member of Parliament for Amasaman, Sedem Apenyo, told Channel 1 News that budget approval delays are partly to blame for the stalled project. Meanwhile, Edwin Tay, urban roads engineer for the Gan West Municipal Assembly, explained that once the contract is awarded, construction could take up to 24 months due to extensive drainage work required.
That was a report by City News' Melody Fafa Potufe. Now, the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission, PURC, has announced a 2.45% increase in electricity tariffs for all categories of consumers effective July 1, 2025. The adjustment follows the Commission's routine quarterly review conducted every 3 months. However, water tariffs will remain unchanged for the third quarter of the year. In a statement issued today, the PURC explained that the tariff adjustment is part of its quarterly tariff review mechanism, which considers key economic variables including the Citi to dollar exchange rate, inflation, natural gas prices, and the electricity generation mix between hydro and thermal sources. And that will be all for this edition of the Citi Prime News, which came to you live from our studio in Adabraka. Log on to our website, citynewsroom.com, for more news. I am Zoe Abubedu Ado. Have a good afternoon.
City News. We speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302 224959 and get interactive on Facebook, City 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at City 973.